When I was 19, three friends and I went camping near Allegheny National Forest during summer break. We hiked about 4 miles deep and found an isolated clearing near a small lake. There were no other campers anywhere nearby. At least that's what we thought. Around sunset, my friend Noah noticed something across the lake, a tent. Small, dark colored, half hidden near the trees. None of us remembered seeing it earlier. We figured it must have been somebody else who arrived while we were hiking around earlier. No big deal, we thought. But as it got darker, we realized something weird and disturbing. There were no lights over there, no voices, no fire, no movement at all. Just a tent sitting beside the water. Around midnight, Noah jokingly flashed his flashlight across the lake toward it. The beam hit the tent for maybe 1 second, and somebody flashed a light back immediately right back at us. One quick burst, then darkness again. That unsettled all of us for some reason. The response came way too fast, like the person had already been watching us the whole time. Eventually, we tried sleeping. At maybe 2 a.m., I woke up to Noah shaking me hard. Dude, don't freak out. Worst possible sentence to hear in the middle of the woods. He pointed towards the lake. The tent across the water was gone, completely gone. But there was now a light moving slowly between trees on our side of the lake, walking towards our camp. We woke the others immediately. The light disappeared before reaching us, but after that we heard occasional movement around camp for the next hour. Slow footsteps, branches snapping, always just outside our visibility. Then came the sound that still bothers me the most until this day. A zipper, close by, not ours. A tent zipper opening somewhere nearby in the dark. Panic really starting to settle in. One of my friends whispered, "There's another tent out there." But there wasn't. We checked earlier. Nothing else should have been nearby. Then another zipper came from behind us. Then another from deeper and deeper in the woods, like multiple tents opening around our camp. None of us dared to move. We just sat there silently listening and hoping that everyone would be okay and everything would stop. Eventually everything would stop. At sunrise, we searched the entire area before packing up our camping gear. No tents, no campers, no footprints, nothing at all. Until Noah found something strange near the edge of our campsite, a camping lantern, old and rusted, with completely dead batteries inside. The weirdest part? The lantern had our very own campsite number scratched into the bottom, a campsite number assigned only when we checked in the day before. Last October, my cousin and I went camping in Olympic National Forest because he wanted to test new hiking gear before winter. We picked a remote area far from the main campsites because he hated crowds. The first night, everything felt normal except for one thing. Every time our campfire got low, I had this weird feeling someone was standing beyond the tree line watching us. Not paranoia exactly, just instinct. You know how sometimes your body notices something before your brain does? That. Around 11 p.m., my cousin Jared finally noticed it too. He looked into the woods and said, "Did you see that?" I asked, "What?" He pointed toward a group of trees maybe 50 yards away. For a split second, I thought I saw someone standing there, tall, completely still. Then the fire crackled and the figure disappeared into darkness again. We assumed it was another camper. Jared even yelled, "Hey, you lost?" No response. Nothing moved. Eventually, we went into the tent and tried sleeping. Sometime later, I woke up sweating because it suddenly felt freezing outside. I checked my phone, 3:13 a.m. Then I noticed Jared sitting upright staring toward the tent entrance. "What?" I whispered. He slowly pointed outside. Through the thin tent fabric, I could see flickering orange light, like our campfire was burning again. But we'd put it out before bed. I unzipped the tent slightly and looked out. The fire was lit once again, and somebody was sitting beside it, back facing towards us. I assumed another camper somehow wandered into our sight. Jared whispered, "Don't go out there." The person by the fire wasn't moving naturally. They sat perfectly still, not shifting, not scratching, nothing, just staring into the flames. Minutes passed. Neither of us spoke. Then slowly, the figure stood up, way too tall. Its head nearly aligned with low tree branches. It walked around our campsite once without making a sound. No crunching leaves, no footsteps. Then it stopped directly outside the tent. I could see its outline inches away through the fabric. The smell hit next. Wet, dirt, decay. I honestly thought I was going to pass out from panic. Then the thing leaned down slowly toward the tent like it was listening to us breathe. Jared gripped a hunting knife so tightly his hand shook. After maybe 20 seconds, the figure finally moved away. We listened as it disappeared into the woods. Neither of us slept again. At sunrise, we got out carefully to inspect the campsite. The fire was burning again exactly like we saw, but what terrified us most were the footprints around camp. There weren't any, not one. Despite mud covering the entire area from rain the day before, there were no footsteps, no sign that anyone was there. 3 years ago, my friend Tyler convinced the four of us to go camping near Shasta Trinity National Forest for one last trip before everyone split off after college. It was supposed to be a simple weekend. No cabins, no RVs, just tents and good old hiking. The first day was perfect. We found a clearing near a narrow creek about 2 miles from the nearest trailhead and set up camp before dark. There were 5 of us in total: myself, Tyler, his girlfriend Erin, a guy named Mason, and another friend named Luke. By midnight, the fire had burned low and everyone started heading into their tents for bed. That's when Luke asked everybody a weird question. "Did you guys hear the whistling earlier?" Nobody had. Luke swore he heard someone whistling from the trees while we were eating dinner. He even joked maybe another camper was lost nearby. Tyler brushed it off immediately. Then we all decided to head to bed. But around 2 a.m., I woke up needing to pee. The fire was completely dead. The forest looked pitch black except for moonlight reflecting off the creek. As I stepped away from my tent, I heard it, whistling. Very faint, far off in the trees, just a simple tune repeating over and over. At first, I honestly thought it was another camper messing around. Then I realized something strange. The tune never changed volume. No footsteps. No branches snapping. It sounded exactly the same the entire time. Like it wasn't moving closer or farther away. Just there. I woke Tyler quietly and asked him if he heard it. The second he listened, his expression changed. "Don't whistle back," he said immediately. I laughed because I thought he was joking. He wasn't. Tyler explained his grandfather used to hunt in those woods and always told him if you hear whistling at night with no visible source, ignore it completely. No yelling, no flashlight, no response. According to him, mountain predators sometimes mimic sounds. I thought that sounded ridiculous until the whistling suddenly stopped. Complete silence. Then from somewhere much closer to camp, a whistle answered. Different tune, maybe 30 feet away. We both froze. Then another whistle came from behind our tents. Then another near the creek. There were multiple, circling us. Tyler quietly woke everyone else while we listened to the whistles moving around camp in complete darkness. None of us could see anyone. No lights. No movement. Just occasional whistling from different spots in the woods. Erin started panicking and wanted to leave immediately, but Tyler insisted we wait until daylight because the trail out was dangerous at night. So we stayed inside the tents listening. At one point, something walked directly between our tents. Slow footsteps through leaves. then silence right outside mine. I could hear breathing, not loud, just enough to know something or someone was standing inches from the tent fabric. I held my breath completely still. Then came three soft whistles right beside my head. I've never felt fear like that before. Eventually, the footsteps moved away. None of us slept. At sunrise, the whistle stopped entirely. We packed everything in under 10 minutes. That's when Mason found footprints near the creek. Bare footprints. Dozens of them. Different sizes. All surrounding the campsite. But none leading toward it. Only away. Hello, this is Mr. Horror Story. I hope you enjoy the videos that you have listened to today. Please like, comment, subscribe, and please give any feedback that you feel can help improve the quality of any of these videos. This video will be a part of a new series that will be horror fiction stories. There will be two playlists, one that will be true horror stories and one that will be fiction horror stories. I hope you enjoy both of these series, and I can't wait to continue to make these videos and continue to entertain all my spookies out there. Thank you. Mr. Horror Story out.